Welcome, Gemini. I am Art Kozak, and this is your reading for March 16th through the 22nd, 2020. And Gemini, for this coming week, we have a surprisingly clear reading. I'm going to try to be as thorough in this video as possible, but the cards are being pretty clear to me here. Um, First of all, I can say that you've been dealing with, and this may be in the last week, this may be in the recent past, but the most significant thing going on in the past for you, with respect to the coming week and the events of the coming week, has to do with your material security, your financial security, your house and home, your physical surroundings and foundation that you're a part of have been very big on your mind and have been a very big priority for you. You found yourself at a kind of stalemate at one point. Things were not moving the way that they needed to move for you in order to secure your material surroundings and your material well-being. Well, you've been delivered from that. And right now, you may be feeling a very refreshing sense of renewal. You may be feeling a refreshing sense of relief now that you have these material foundations where they need to be. In the coming week. And you know what else I'm going to say? I'm going to say that you may be feeling right now as if anything is possible, especially when it comes to putting forward and forwarding your goals in the physical world, whether those are professional goals or those are goals for what you want to build on this foundation. There are goals, things that you physically actively want to do that you feel like you are capable of doing anything right now. You haven't really gotten to the strategizing phase in order to put that into motion. But right now you're feeling it like you're inviting life just to come on in. And that phase has to end so that you can then get to strategizing and get to work, okay? But it's a good phase to be in while you're in it. It's a necessary step, and I feel good for you just based on what I'm seeing with your past here. Now, speaking of strategizing, what's going to happen in the coming week? Well, I see a situation. Okay, first of all, this coming week, this is all about learning for you. And when I say learning, I don't necessarily mean studying. I mean the gaining of information. You're going to be finding things out. And you're going to be finding things out, some of which are with regards to your past. You're going to be finding things out. Information is going to be coming to you, or you're going to be finding information through kind of roundabout ways, hearing rumors that turn out to be confirmed, or just seeing things, having people mention things to you that are actually very significant, just kind of off the cuff. This kind of thing might be happening, and some of it has to do with some good things that have already been going on that are going to be coming back to you now. I see a situation in which you learn about a victory concerning your wish for money. That's the plainest reading of the card. You learn about a victory, about your wish for, and not just money, but a material beginning. This is the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles in this particular context would signify not just material, not just a big chunk of money coming to you, maybe some seed money for learning that you have the money that you need to move forward financially, but it's also a physical, the physical world can present itself not just through cash, but in a number of different ways. And so a good material beginning is it's a very good way to put it, I think. You're going to be learning about a victory that you have or have already had, something that you've been wishing for with regards to a good material beginning. If you are concerned with love and romance, first and foremost here, this may be a situation in which you are learning that someone you are very attracted to actually is very interested in you as well. That could be a very straightforward reading of these cards as well. As I've said before, I don't specifically do love readings here. I do a love reading on Patreon once a month for the Patreon subscribers, but sometimes that kind of thing presents itself fairly clearly. I think that for those of you who are in that situation, somebody that you are very attracted to, very passionate kind of person, passionate for on a material level, you may be finding out that that person is into you, and that something good can transpire between the two of you very quickly. Now, I think also what's going to happen this coming week, by the end of the week, not necessarily at the end of the week, but I'm just going to lay it out for you. I have the world clarified by the moon and the empress. These are all major arcana. These are big forces, things that are in motion because of the universe, because of our higher selves. Not speaking to a lot of particular circumstances, but what this is telling me is that there's going to be a very significant completion for you take place, which I think takes you from a place of being in the dark and being unsure to being somebody who is now a good deal more secure and feeling their abundance, feeling your ability to nurture and generate growth. Okay, there's going to be a significant completion that takes you from being in the dark, from being unaware and unsure, to being someone who knows that they can nurture and that they can grow and they have a great deal of abundance and vitality within yourself. I hope that makes sense, because again, with these cards, I can't be too specific for everyone in that. One thing that I can be specific about, though, is the outcome. The outcome of this week is that you are going to be bound to get to work. And this is the events of this week are going to lead you to the conclusion that in the coming week and in the coming period of time going forward, based on these events that we've been talking about, you don't have a whole lot of choices other than to get to work. Now, what does this mean? This could mean that you need to get to work with your physical job, with your profession, with whatever it is you're doing with in order to earn money. You may find out that you may have some very good, significant times this week, and some very significant things take place. But then the road you see before you is one in which, okay, you don't have a whole lot of vacation time coming up. Maybe you've spent some vacation. Maybe you've been on spring break. Now you're not going to see a whole lot of vacation time coming up for you in the foreseeable future. And the reason for that is because you need to secure those foundations you're on. And that's perfectly fine. That's why we go to work every day, is to keep our foundation secure. Those of us who are going to work every day. But that's not necessarily going to be a bad thing. I think it's going to involve some strategizing for you. You may want to think about, again, based on the events of this week, by the end of the week, you may want to spend some time thinking about, okay, if you have to get back to work, whether it's at your physical profession that you're doing to earn money or in some other fashion, you really just have to put your nose to the grindstone from now until the foreseeable future. Around Saturday, Sunday, especially, spend some time thinking about how you may give yourself opportunities to let off some steam, okay? Think about, okay, well, if you're not going to have any vacation time coming up anytime soon, you're not going to see, there's going to be a lot of hard work and nose to the grindstone going on for weeks, maybe months from here on out. Spend a little bit of time thinking about how you're going to take those small opportunities, those weekends or those nights, to indulge in a little rest and relaxation when the opportunity comes. You may have to kind of condense that. You may have to find something very distracting and very relaxing to do on Saturday afternoons, because Saturday afternoons are all you have. You may have to kind of clear your schedule to make sure your Sundays are there for you to rest, because that may be the only time you have. So again, around the end of the week, around Sunday, might be a good idea to give some time and some thought to that for the foreseeable future. So I hope something that I've had to say is helpful for you in the coming week. I would also remind you, and I'm trying to remind everyone, that Wheel of Fortune readings are in the playlist section. The Wheel of Fortune readings remain relevant for the entire month. The Wheel of Fortune is a reading I do designed specifically to help people see where their opportunities lie and within a particular month. And this can be these can be opportunities in terms of love, money, whatever it is that the universe has for you. The things that we don't necessarily see unless we're looking for them, and hopefully some advice about how best to pursue them and what the results might be. Please check those out. And please like, share, subscribe. Check out the Patreon page. There's a link to our Patreon page in the description below. And once again, I am Art Kozak, and I look forward to speaking to you again in the future.